The reasons for greater biodiversity in the tropics. Reasons for greater biodiversity in the tropics refers to tropical latitudes produce more solar power than temperate zones, resulting in high productivity and high diversity. There are fewer seasonal changes in tropical regions and they have a more or less stable climate. This encourages the specialization of the niche and hence the high wealth of animals. There are having three reasons. Today I am explaining you reason 1 and 2. Listen carefully and understand in easy way. Reason 1. Tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years and thus had a long evolutionary time. Tropical latitudes. Tropical latitudes. Tropical latitudes means continued favorable environment has helped tropical organisms to gain more niche specialization and increased diversity. And more solar energy is available in tropics. This promotes higher productivity and increased biodiversity. Have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years means temperate regions have undergone frequent glaciations in the past due to which many species had been killed. However, tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years and thus had a long evolutionary time. Here, long evolutionary time refers to tropical regions have got a long evolutionary time for species diversification as compared to temperate regions, or the tropical subtropical region exhibit maximum biological diversity because these regions remain undisturbed due to less variable climatic conditions. So tropics has a longer evolutionary time for species diversification. Here which latitudes? Tropical latitudes. Tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed. For how many years? Relatively undisturbed for how many years? For millions of years and thus had a long evolutionary time. Tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years and thus had a long evolutionary time. As long duration was available in this region for speciation, it led to the species diversification. How much duration was available in this region? Long duration was available in this region for speciation. Speciation is the evolutionary process by which populations evolve to become distinct species. Speciation occurs when a group within a species separates from other members of its species and develops its own unique characteristics. It led to the species diversification, means evolution describes the cumulative changes that occur in the heritable characteristics of a population. It can result in diversification within a species or diversification between the species. As how much duration was available in this region? Long duration was available in this region. As long duration was available in this region. For what? For speciation. It led to the which diversification? Species diversification. As long duration was available in this region for speciation, it led to the species diversification. Reason 1. Tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years and thus had a long evolutionary time. As long duration was available in this region for speciation, it led to the species diversification. Guys, understand in easy way. Now I am explaining you reason 2. Reason 2. Tropical climates are relatively more constant and predictable than that of the temperate regions. Tropical climates means the climatic region near the equator is known as tropical zone, and tropical regions show more biodiversity than temperate regions. Are relatively more constant and predictable. Here, predictable means tropical environments are therefore less seasonal, relatively more constant than that of temperate regions. Here, temperate regions means temperate regions were subjected to glaciations during the ice age, but tropical regions remain undisturbed, which led to increase in species diversity. Which climates are relatively more constant? Tropical climates are relatively more constant and predictable than that of which regions? Temperate regions. Tropical climates are relatively more constant and predictable than that of the temperate regions. Guys, if you like my video, please subscribe to my Easy Learning channel.